Okay, I have the zinc and carbon cell in a wet tub, but the charge has made the particles drop out of solution. They don't normally drop out of solution because I've got the jar outside and it's still green. This is clearing up. Charge has been on for 20 minutes. It's sort of got a radical and it's up near 3.3 volts. So I'll just disconnect the charge and connect the data logger. Our voltage is 1.5. Disconnect that. Okay, connecting the data logger. Stopping the monitoring. And we'll jump straight into a run. So wet cell version of the previous test. Alright, our graph is looking a bit flatter. Still with 10 milliamp load though, so nothing serious. But there is only 0.27 grams or less of active carbon. Most of the stuff's in the solution, or it was. Alright, I'll let that run and see how long we get out of our 20-minute charge. Hopefully it performs a bit better. Okay, I'm back. First run of the wet cell. Not so impressive really. 2 milliamp hours and 1 milliwatt hour. 12-minute runtime on a 20-minute charge. But for some reason, if you can see it, the particles have all dropped out of suspension for some reason with the charge, because same stuff's out here, and if you can see it right at the bottom, that's still floating around. So maybe the charge makes it drop out of suspension or something, because it looks a bit strange. So I'll give it another charge up and see what we get, and then this will be a short video because I'm going to dry the cell out and scrape the material off and weigh it and see how much actually is in there. That's got plus binder though. Alright, so I'll be back. Okay, that's the total active material on that cell with binder 0.26 grams of material. So cell wasn't that powerful. Okay, thanks for watching. Hi there, I'm back. I managed to filter out the rest of the electrolyte, the potassium hexacyanoferrate 3, or zinc. So I got 0.22 grams this time out of the remaining lot. And I find that these cupcake holders work well for holding your carbon. So we're going to do a feather carbon mix of 0.22, graphite mix of 0.22, and the zinc hexacyanoferrate 3 mix, and see if we get a better performance out of the cell. So I'll just mix these up, and the binder will be cellulose acetate again. I'll put a bit less in this time. I think I was put a bit too much binder. Alright, so I'll make the cell and I'll get back and hopefully it performs a bit better with the extra content. Okay, I'm back. I've got a much better coating on the cell. I've only coated to there though. I'm going to use double layered paper towel as a covering separator. So total carbon content is 0.66 grams with a fraction less binder, but it's considerably heaps thicker now. So this should hopefully work a bit better than the last cell I tried. So, and for conductivity, I was set on the 200 range. I'll hold one of the probes on the graphite pad and I'll just press slightly so I don't bust it. So we're about 40, 30 hard to keep even pressure on it. I don't want to poke a hole in it. So about 34, oh, a bit less. So that's pretty good for conductivity with a binder on it. And zinc sulphate again as the electrolyte and our zinc plate. And I'll set it up and see what we get. I'll be back. Okay, I got the cell together and the electrolyte. It's only been a couple of seconds. Got it on 20 volt range. And we're 1.6 volts without a charge, and for a short circuit 20 range on the amps. Oh, we're over the 20, go to 200. Alright, 120 something milliamps. 130 milliamp short circuit. Looking better already with the extra material and cut down on the binder by heaps. So I'll give it a charge for, I think 5 minutes. We'll do 5 minutes, we won't overcharge it, and I'll get back. Okay, I have the cell set up. I haven't had a charge yet. Gonna map the charge with the data logger. We're at 1.6 uncharged. Fresh cell, half the surface area, or not as much as the surface area of the cell being used, because I didn't quite have enough to coat the whole lot. Relatively thick. It's an old crusty piece of zinc plate as well, which came out of an old battery, so it's probably a bit dirty. Alright, so I'll set the monitor. Monitor is on. I'll connect the power supply. We're about 2.2 volts, I think. Yep, of charge voltage. We're doing 40 milliamps going into the cell, dropping, and I'll let that run for about 5 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, we're coming up to 7 minutes on charge. I'll just disconnect the charger. Okay, connect the data logger. I'll stop the monitoring. So we drop down, the voltage is already up. We're at 1.9. Just connecting the other end of the data logger now. Okay, we should have voltage. Alright, we've got a 10 milliamp load again. Should probably run a little bit better. It's only paper towel as the separator. 10 milliamps, here we go. First run of the cell. This is probably how I should have made the cell the other day on the last video I made. I should have filled the rest of the solution. Okay, it's holding its voltage well. We actually have some power ratings now. Alright, I'll let that do its thing and I'll get back so it doesn't take so long on video to watch like the other one. Okay, back. We got 12 minutes, nearly 13-minute run time, a voltage bounce back of 1 and still increasing. Sort of just ran out-ish, and 2 milliwatt hours on that cell. So I'll give it another charge. I'll dip some more electrolyte in it and charge it up for a bit longer, say 15 minutes or something, and I'll get back. Okay, nearly forgot, it's 20 minutes on charge. I'll just disconnect the charge. But only 6 milliamps was going in. Stop the monitoring. Connect the data logger. Okay, we're at 1.7 volts and another run at 10 milliamp load. Might have dried the cell out a bit, it tends to dry out. I'll just stick some electrolyte in. I was just adding the electrolyte, so it was probably dry. being for so long. I think it needs to be in a wet cell tub, because that last 5-minute run we just did before previously, the tower was quite dry. The carbon could be soaking it in because it's not saturated yet, so that's another thing. So I'll leave it overnight, and we'll do this run and then I'll leave it overnight with some electrolyte on it and let it soak in, and we'll do a test tomorrow sometime. I'll be back when this finishes. Okay, the run's just finished and the voltage is bouncing up. We got 15 minutes on that run and 2 milliwatt hours or 3 milliamp hours, but I just did the calculation for the 100 mils of distilled water and 0.5 grams of zinc sulphate. That's around about 0.06 of a molar of zinc sulphate. So I'm just mixing up a solution of 1 molar now, and I'll put that in a wet tub and we'll try again. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I have 1 molar of zinc sulphate in the cell now, so hopefully we see an improvement. That was just after that discharge, so we're at 1 volt now. I'll just connect the charger. Okay, charging up, we're at 200 milliamps now. So we've got an increase there and dropping. Oops, I better set monitor. And I'll aim for 15 to 20 minutes in there. Okay, I'll be back when that's done. Okay, back with the tub cell version. 23 minutes on charge, missed it sort of. It's gone all the way down to 11 milliamps on the amperage going into the cell, and slightly the voltage is starting to drop. So I imagine it's at its max capacity, so I'll disconnect the charge, connect the data logger leads, okay, we're at 2 volts, which is looking okay and holding. It's sort of dropping. I think the paper towel around the cell's broken when I stuck it into the tight Tic Tac container. So here we go for our 10 milliamp discharge on a 23-minute charge in a wet cell version. Alright, looking good so far. Alright, I'll let that run and I'll get back. And then I might leave it overnight and see if it soaks into that cellulose acetate membrane and see what happens. I forgot to mention it's a 1 molar solution of zinc sulphate now. Other than the previous tests were all conducted with around about 0.04 molar solution of zinc sulphate. That's 100 mils of distilled water and 0.5 grams of zinc sulphate was 0.04 of a molar mix. So the cell's looking alright. Okay, cell's still going, 27 minutes and 1.3 volts. So even with a failed chemistry with the contaminated stuff, seems to perform quite well when you get your cell set up right. Not adding too much binder and stuff like that. And it's just a paper towel, wrapping it around at the moment. We're 8 milliwatt hours already. I'm quite surprised. And the 1 molar solution of zinc sulphate helps as well. Excellent. I will be back. Okay, that run was 54 minutes and 11 milliwatt hours or 9 milliamp hours. Not too bad for 0.66 grams of active material. See how it goes tomorrow. Alright, until then. Okay, back the next day with the wet cell tub. I've had it on charge for an hour now. The amperage started off around about 150 milliamps and slowly drop down to 7 milliamps over the hour. So this is to see if there's any extra power density in the cell when charged for longer. So I'll disconnect the data logger charging number and connect the other end. Okay, we're at 2.2 volts dropping. Disconnect the monitor and 10 milliamp discharge again. So here we go. Okay, we're holding voltage not too bad by the looks of it. Alright, I'll let that run and I'll get back halfway through. Okay, back. So an hour's charge ran for 59 minutes and 12 milliwatt hours or 10 milliamp hours for the cell, and a voltage bounce back of 0.6. And we'll check a short circuit amperage reading. It's in the 200 range, and I'll just connect. This is after the discharge, so we're just checking to see what we got. We're still 80 milliamps dropping fast on a short circuit, so cell's not too bad, I guess. The next video I'll keep the same cell, but I'm going to try wrapping the carbon electrode in cell guard and see what happens. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.